I'm Tony Beshara, and I'm going to help you do better at finding a job.
He is listed by Fordyce Magazine as the #1 headhunting career placement guy in the country. The #1 guy. His name's Tony Beshara.
Hello, Chad. How are you?
Doing fine.
Tony Beshara. Nice to see
Great to
you.
meet you.
Have a seat, won't you? So you've just gotten back to Dallas, and you're starting to look for a job.
Yes.
Any idea about how you're going to go about doing that?
I think networking is probably the key.
Yeah.
I haven't found much luck on the online boards.
Yeah.
I feel like you send it out there into the black hole.
In the kind of business you've been in, you got to pick up the phone and you got to call people. And I mean, you got to call them, and you got to call them, and you got to call them. Now, when you get into the interview, and I realize you just started, and we can help you do this, but you got to have a lot better reason of why they ought to hire you and what you can do for them.
I agree.
You can't just come up with this, I want to marry business with blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Now, you've just started this, and I understand. You got to be able to go in and sit down and say, I'm Chad. Here's what I can do for you that those other people you're talking to can't. Here's where I've been successful before. Here's where I will be successful again. And I mean, you've got to give an elevator pitch on you as to what makes Chad a better candidate than anybody else they're talking to. And you've got to do their thinking for them. You need to be able to say, boy, you know, I've been in a couple of businesses. I have learned so much in owning my own business. Now, your reason for getting out of your own business was good. I had to do a whole bunch of different things, not all of which I'm good at.
Right.
Okay? That's the best reason to get out of owning a business for yourself. If a person goes into having owned a business for themselves and say, hey, I'm all galactic, hire me, that ain't going to get it.
Right.
Okay, so you learned.
Okay.
Then you summarize all of that by saying, look, I'm a good employee. I've been successful at everything I've ever done. Tell me, what do I need to do to get this job?
Okay, great. Well, let me ask you,
Sure.
how much should you tailor your resume to the particular job?
People make a big deal out of that, and it really is. Your resume isn't going to get you much of an interview. Picking up the phone and calling somebody is what's going to get you an interview. Okay, call up, say I'm Chad. I can add profit to your business. I can do things that other people can't. When can I come see you?
Okay.
People that sit there and press that damn send button with their resume, thinking that it's going to get them somewhere. 243 on average other people are doing the same damn thing. 40% of the time the resume isn't even read. Okay? 25% of the time it goes into somebody's junk mail.
I think you've confirmed my suspicions.
Okay. Yeah, right. Happened to you, right? Okay. Yeah, happens to everybody. Best thing you can do is get contacts. Network, network, network. You caught on to that. That's how you found your jobs as a freelancer, right?
Yes.
It's going to be the same thing. Pick up the phone and call them. Now you've gotten a little more experience than some of the people you're going to compete with, right? So you need to be able to go in and sell, here's what Chad can do for you that the others can't.
Okay.
Because they're going to ask you stupid questions like, well, tell me about yourself.
Right.
And then most people say, well, I was born in Dallas and blah, blah, blah. And they go off on stupid stuff.
No one cares about personal.
Nah. They want to know, what are you going to do for me?
Do you think people see that if you manage people in one arena that you could do it? Or do you think that they say he's in a totally different industry?
They're more likely to say he's in a totally different industry than they are to say, man, this guy does exactly what I want. 98% of the people out there, companies, want to hire people that do what they do.
Right.
Because they can get it. They think, man, you know, there's 15 million people looking for work out there. Okay? And surely I can find somebody that does exactly what we do.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So develop a presentation on yourself. Be able to give it to about anybody. You're going to have to talk to lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people, every connection that you ever had. And then you need to be able to go in and interview really, really well. You need to practice that interviewing stuff. Most people don't do it. They say things like one of the fellows in here this morning said, just get me in front of them. Oh, cut it out. Okay? You know, that doesn't help. You got to practice this stuff. It doesn't come naturally. You don't look for a job very often. And then we can give you some good directions about, you know, customizing your presentation to companies. Because what you have to do, you have to be able to know what their pain points are. So you do a little research, and the internet's great for that. What kind of problems do these companies have? What are they interested in, and that kind of thing. And then you customize that presentation to those organizations, and then it's just a matter of numbers. Massive, massive numbers. tons of interviews, more than you ever imagined. Make sense?
Absolutely.
All right, you go work on that and give me a call on Monday. Let's see what we can do.
Thank you very much.
Good to meet you. You bet, Chad. Chad's a real interesting young man. He's obviously bright, got some pretty decent experience in a number of different things. He's changing industries, and that's always really hard to do. He's sick and tired of the freelance production business. He likely is not take a job in that arena if he could find it, but he's fast finding that that doesn't pay very well. And it's up and down and up and down. He mentioned to me in an off conversation that people always try to get him to go into sales. He's probably really good at sales because he's personable, comes across very well. But people like him can also go into customer service and that kind of thing. So he's just going to have to talk to a whole bunch of people. He does probably have to get his career on track, and I think he's probably aware of that. Chad will end up doing all right. He'll talk to enough people. He'll eventually go to work for somebody that's pretty solid. He'll do them a really good job, and he'll get his career on track. Right now, it's a little disjointed. You know, he's been in a number of different things, but he is young, and he will have a chance to do it, and I think he'll wind up doing really well.